Hello friends, Tanya here with another Spellbinders collection. We're going to play with the Lavender Fields collection from Spellbinders and Simple Stories, but we're going to pull out the La Dolce Vita Sentiments. This came out last summer and it was part of the Weekender, and I did see a little um, notification that there will be an announcement in like 10 days of the Weekender for this year. I am really excited because I think the products in the Weekender are such an amazing collection. Now, the Weekender is a event kit that you can purchase, and it's an all virtual event. This set of sentiments has one plate to do all of your foiling or better pressing, and one die that cuts all of the sentiments at once. These are some of my favorite ways to get my sentiments because it is low effort. This is the simple vintage Lavender Fields hexagon die set. There are three sizes of hexagons, and you can add stitching detail or not. There are two branches of lavender and this adorable little honeybee. There are just, what's that? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces to assemble this beautiful little bee. This is the top portion of the thorax for our cute little bee. I've cut the black portions from the Onyx Treasured Cardstock collection. This is the pearl metallic cardstock. I'm going to back the lower portion of the bee with the yellow cardstock. This looks like I'm not even sure, beeswax maybe, or Tuscan. I don't know that I actually used the Spellbinders color wheel cardstock, but that would be a close approximation to the colors that I did use. Again, I just use the paper out of my rainbow of paper scraps. I did use the pearl metallic antique collection of treasured cardstock for the white for the wings. You could use vellum, especially if you have some pearlized vellum, some shiny metallic vellum. I used a couple of colors of purple for these little flowering branches of lavender. There are two different sizes of the petals for the lavender bunches here, and two different branches or leaf sections. And I liked to layer them. I like that extra dimension. And look how this just, it reminds me of peace and harmony and lavender scented fields. Now I'm pulling an oldie but a goodie. This is I think that's January of 2024 honeybee jar. This is a large die of the month from that month, and it is still available. And I think it's a perfect match for working with this Lavender Fields collection. Now I'm going to use that big honey pot and the dies here for the hexagons. I'm going to cut these out from white, and I'm just using a little of the Best Ever craft tape to hold the stitching element for that hexagon. And I did cut two of the white larger body of the jar, and I'm going to create a shaped card base here. I'm just going to glue that top portion down, and I did do a little scoring about 1/2 inch from the top of this card, and already pre-scored that so that it would fold up nice and easy. I have a piece of cardstock here that I believe I ink blended long ago with some Wilted Violet Distress Oxide ink, and it was the perfect topper for this lavender card. I did use the Fairy Tale, I believe that's the name of this, Fairy Tale cardstock. It is a very pale purple, and I thought that was perfect with this Lavender Fields. We'll adhere that Wilted Violet fabric topper for our honey. Then I pulled out some inks to do some ink blending. I've got the golden honeycomb here, and I'm using that on the lighter yellow that I chose for the honey that's going to fill this honey pot. And then I did choose a slightly darker yellow for the portion that's going to be the top of the honey. I would consider these beeswax and maybe Tuscan. or saffron, I think. We're also going to use this lemonade stand to add a little ink blending to the darker portion of the yellow cardstock. I'm going to add some soft lilac ink blending to the jar here. I just want some shading on the edges. And then I do ultimately lightly drag the color across to add that reflective quality to the jar. Now, the parts where I got some big splotchy ink blending, those are going to be covered with the honey that's going on the inside of this jar. I decided to do some ink blending on this cardstock this is also die cut from the fairy tale cardstock, and I'm just adding a little contrast so it stands out well against the lighter, the fairy tale cardstock that I use for the jar portion. Once I have that all ink blended with the lighter color, I'm going to bring in the lavender fields, and I'm going to add some of this also. Just want some nice soft ink blended background here for the rest of our elements to land on. This is going to be like the label on the front of the jar of honey. Now, the clubs for April were released this just a few days ago, and I just put out my 10 cards video for that, and it is very farmers market themed, which I adore. I love a good farmers market. When I was a kid, I think 2 or 3 summers in a row, we went every other weekend to the large farmers market in Minneapolis. And we had a booth there selling wooden lawn furniture and children's wooden trains and whatever my mom was sewing at the time. She was making some Raggedy Ann and Andy type dolls for a while. And I loved that whole carnival. Not carnival. Well, the farmers market atmosphere there is just amazing. You have rows and rows of produce, handmade products, poultry, meat, dairy products. You can buy all kinds of beautiful things. And now they have like food trucks and food you can buy that's made to eat right there. They have live entertainment. It's just a wonderful setting. And I live 4 hours away from there, so I get to go there once every few years, and I really miss it. The farmers market in my town is probably 15 booths, and there's someone that makes soaps and lotions and that kind of thing. There's someone that makes some fresh bread. There's always somebody that sells honey. There's always someone who's selling fresh produce from their farms or their gardens. There's a lot of yummy stuff to be gotten at a farmer's market, and I just love the vibe there. I just really do. So I took 3 branches of the lavender and one of our sweet little bees, and then I took a couple of sentiments from the La Dolce Vita sentiments set, and we're going to adhere those to the front of this card. I've got happy birthday, sending sunshine just for you. I thought these were perfect with this honey themed card. All the sweetness going into this. So next I will add a little bit of extra cardstock to the back of this hexagon, and we will add that to the front of our card. Just going to line that up so it looks like a label on the front of a jar of honey. I'm using the lines on my grid mat here to help me make sure I have that lined up nicely. Then we're going to add glue to the back of this piece that we've created, and we're going to adhere that to the front of the shaped card that I created. Just going to line up all of those edges. You did see that I had to cut the threads off of the top of the jar, because if you're going to put the fabric topper on there, they don't quite fit. But you don't have to use the fabric topper. As you see, it was designed to be used either way. I love the flexibility of that. Now we're going to take our last little piece of lavender that we created for this card and add that to the inside of the card. There's going to be a sweet little bee inside, and the last piece of sentiment from the La Dolce Vita sentiment set. This one says, "Hope this day treats you well." Then we're going to add our cute little bee right there above the sentiment. And that will complete the first card because I'm making 2 cards in this video. And for the second one, I have cut the largest of the, well, I've cut each size of the hexagon. And then I found some cardstock in some designer paper, pattern paper in my stash. This happens to be the Willow Lane collection from scrapbook.com. They do have some really beautiful packs of pattern paper. And after this, I actually got some of the Lavender Field stuff. So I cut that out of some craft cardstock and some of those pattern papers. And then I'm going to pull out the Upright Italic Thinking of You Better Press set. Now this came out last month or the month before, and I'm going to foil this on the pattern paper. I had not tried this before, and I did just get a new glimmer system because I cracked my glimmer platform and I wasn't sure it was going to keep working. Well, I'm so glad I did, because this newer one, I mean, I looked back to see how long ago I got my first glimmer system, and it was in 2018. So it's been a few years, and I have used the heck out of it. And this new glimmer system it foils better, I have to say. It just really does. Next, I am going to take the 5x7 Matting Basics set B, and I'm going to cut 2 pieces of watercolor cardstock down with that die, and then I'm going to run it through those pieces through each of these 3D embossing folders. There's the Because and the Field Notes. I couldn't decide which one I wanted to use. So I have laid out my main elements on this piece of acetate, and I'm just holding that over each of the 2 different 3D embossed panels, trying to decide which one I want to use. Now, both of them would look great, but I decided I didn't want to overdo the honeycomb or hexagon feel with that, so I decided to go with the Field Notes, which has all of the lovely botanical elements. I'm also using some more sentiments from the La Dolce Vita sentiment set, and we're going to pull out the Spellbinders Yasutomo watercolor blending kit here. We've got pearl, gold, and indigo watercolor paints here, and I love to use these for splatter. I do use them for other things, but that's what I use them most for. So I'm going to take this panel of watercolor cardstock that I have embossed with the 3D embossing folder Field Notes, and I'm going to spatter all 3 colors of this watercolor mixing palette on the top, and then I'm going to let that dry. At first, when I completed this card, I wasn't super thrilled with that. It grew on me. I still like it now. And to continue the feel into the inside of the card, I'm just adding some of that spattering on the inside also. Next, I am going to start assembling this. So I added some extra cardstock behind this 3D embossed spattered watercolor panel, and I'm going to glue this to a 5x7 card base. You know I was going to make a 5x7 card. You just do. Once that's adhered, we're going to start adhering the other panels that we've created for the card here. And I'm trying to figure out my placement. I have 2 sentiments that I want to place on this card, and I had a couple ideas that where I wanted to put them. In addition to that large Thinking of You, I love how that fit inside the hexagon, and that I can glimmer on a pattern paper. That really opens my possibilities for other things to do. So I have 2 branches of lavender glued to the top hexagon, and then we're going to take that 3rd one and add it to the smallest of the 3 hexagons. I have a sentiment that says Ciao Bella that I'm going to adhere over the branch of lavender, and then we're going to add a sweet little bee who's trying to land on that piece of lavender right above that Ciao Bella. And then we're going to add the Sending Warm Thoughts Your Way to the top hexagon here. And once I have all of this planning complete, I'm going to flip these pieces of these hexagons over and add some extra cardstock behind them and a double layer behind the Thinking of You panel. I'll adhere those to the front of the card and let your eye just follow from one corner to the next. I could have added some gems or sequins to the front of this card also, but sometimes I just have to stop myself. Enough is enough, although enough is never enough, right? Then for the inside of the card, I cut two more hexagons, the largest and the smallest, from the pattern papers. And I'm going to adhere them together, matting them together. And then I have another branch of lavender that I'm going to add. I wasn't sure where to place that. Maybe in the middle on the top would have been better, but this works. Sometimes I just like a large element to take up some of that space in a 5x7 card so I don't have to write really big when I write a message. Sometimes I have a lot to say. Sometimes the card is going to carry the moment. And the inside sentiment says, enjoy today to the fullest. And that completes the second card for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you take a look at this power-packed little die set with all kinds of great features you can use in all kinds of ways with products that you already have in your stash. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done that. Leave me a comment below. I always like to hear what you have to say. And check that description box below for a link to all of the products that I used today. Until next time, here are a couple more videos I thought you might enjoy. Bye-bye.